The governor's proposal is essentially to eliminate health insurance for most children. It's to eliminate health insurance for people with chronic diseases and adults without insurance. It's really despicable, and it would set the state back 35 years. These are not just, your run-of-the-mill, we're going to reduce your reimbursement rate by, 5%. This is completely eliminating a program that serves 500,000 children, another program that serves 1 million Californians. I mean, we're talking about major cuts. We're talking about basically unraveling the safety net. So what's going to happen? You're going to see what happened in the Depression, where people literally were dying on the streets. That's what's going to happen in California. Did they think that if they stop giving immunizations to children in South LA, that the kids in Beverly Hills are going to be okay? Because they're not. Because the principles of immunization are that you have to immunize the herd. You have to. It's a herd concept. So basically, you have to immunize as many people, in this case children, as possible in order for it to work. So if you have half the population of Los Angeles County who are not immunized as a result of these cuts, we're going to see kids in Beverly Hills with measles and rubella and all kinds of diseases that have been eradicated in the United States for 40 and 50 years.
You also see a rise of xenophobia, of blaming illegals. How do you see that dynamic playing out in this moment of crisis and in terms of who's facing the cuts?
So what? I guess I have two responses. One is to respond to your question, but the other is to say, we're the wealthiest country in the world. So why wouldn't we want to provide services to people who need it, regardless of what country they come from? I think it's an honor to be able to serve people who need it. So I get emotional thinking about that argument, because I can't comprehend why someone would begrudge a poor child from Mexico or El Salvador or Nicaragua or Africa or Europe or wherever the right to health. And if we have the capacity and we have the resources, which we do. I mean, this is a country of enormous wealth. We just spent billions and billions of dollars to bail out the banks and to bail out General Motors. So we have billions of dollars for that to give to Wall Street, but we don't have any money to give to the poorest people on Main Street. Is that the kind of country that this is? Is that what we've become? There's a struggle going on in the United States between people who care about the world and people who care about themselves only. And that the majority of Americans are aligned with the rest of the world. It's our leaders that aren't. And we haven't figured out yet how to hold our leaders accountable to the values that most Americans hold. And so I think that, understandably, America's been judged by our leadership, and as it should be. But I think that the American people are basically just and good. And if you give them the opportunity to help somebody, they will.